Hi, I'm Dan from Eightfold Property, and in this video we're going to talk about what to do if you fall out with your housemates. So we primarily find this in HMOs and student houses, and one of the first questions we're asked is, how can I get out of my tenancy agreement? And the short answer to this is, you can't. And the first thing that we ask our tenants to do is to try and approach this from a mature and sensible point of view. You have to take the emotion out of it. For whatever reason you've all fallen out, the main thing that we need to look for is a resolution, and the quickest resolution to get to a better place for everyone involved. One of the things that you need to know is that unless the housemates who are going to stay in the house can agree for another person to join the tenancy, it's not going to happen. And you also have to know that it's not their responsibility to replace yourself within the tenancy if you're the one leaving. At the same time, it's not going to be very productive if the people who are staying are going to be obstructive and just for the sake of it make sure that they're not going to allow this person to replace themselves in the tenancy because they don't like them. Ultimately, all it's going to do is create arrears on the account, and because you're all on a jointly and severally liable tenancy agreement, ultimately you're all going to be responsible for it. So in order to make this process as simple as possible, you all need to work together, and if you have fallen out, the quickest way you can not talk to each other again is to actually work together quickly now and get a quick resolution. Once we find a new tenant and you're all happy with this person and they want to move in, then we need to go through the due diligence that we went with you at the beginning of your tenancy. So that means we need to make sure that they're financially viable, they are a decent tenant, and that they can get a guarantor in place. Once all the referencing is done, we then have to get an appendix signed on the contract, which will give the full tenant rights to the person who's moving into the property and release you ultimately from your responsibilities towards the house and your housemates. If we can do all this, it really doesn't take very long. You just all have to be proactive and make sure that you're going to get to the final resolution as quickly as possible. Again, being obstructive against a single person, it's just going to affect you all in a negative way. So just to summarise, you need to be mature and you need to be proactive and you need to make sure that things get done quickly. But there's nothing that we can't sort out as an agency, and we're quite happy to work with you on this. You just need to keep the communication lines open and come to us as soon as you possibly can. I've been Dan from Eightfold Property. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.